Our number is 344-1420.
WOC News Talk 1420.
Live for now. We make it simple to get your voice heard. 344-1420.
WOC News Talk 1420.
Well, now I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I talked about this gentleman earlier in the afternoon and said we were going to talk Illinois politics in the 5 o'clock hour. Jeff McKinley is here. He's the Illinois 71st House District Representative, and we are going to start talking right after 5 o'clock, except our communication system here went right in the toilet. He was sitting out here in the front lobby, and he didn't get back here till the news break. So, Mr. Jeff McKinley, Illinois 71st House District, I said you're going to talk about concealed carry, and that's about what we're going to have time for. Sir, welcome to Talk Radio.
Well, thank you, Jim. I'm really happy to be here.
Well, concealed carry, what do you think?
Well, it amazed me when the issue was sort of percolating in the news, so to speak, that Illinois somehow finally found the light of day, so to speak, if 49 other states had it. I don't know what the big problem was here in Illinois, but although there certainly were some problems and deficiencies in the bill, I guess it was a good sign that something got passed. It had to be over the governor's veto, obviously, but it finally got there. I mean, let's face it, I think the main issue about concealed carry is who does it affect? It doesn't have anything to do with affecting the people that the supporters of any sort of ban or restriction are after. It's people who actually follow the law. They talk about the statistics in Chicago and a lot of the other big metro areas that have a lot of gun violence. Well, my guess would be that most, if not all of those people that committed those crimes didn't stop and say, oh, you know what, I need to go home quickly and get my gun because I wasn't carrying it.
Yesterday were 15 years old. They can't have a gun anyway, any place. Exactly. Any place in the country. They're 15. They can't have a pistol. Well, I gather, Jeff, that you voted for concealed carry in Illinois.
Well, I would have, but just to clarify, I'm actually a candidate for that seat. I'm not currently the representative.
Oh.
A man by the name of Mike Smitty is the Democratic representative from the 71st. And
I got the two confused.
No, that's
okay. I thought it was the other one.
No, he beat Rich Morthland in the fall, and we're hoping, obviously, that it's going to be a one-time deal. So,
Rich's name was mentioned when we booked this, so I thought we had Rich's district.
Yes.
I figured, I know you're... Well, anyway, you're a candidate for the district.
Correct.
Okay. I may have to bring this guy back tomorrow so we can straighten this out. We're only going to have like 8 or 9 minutes here. And when I do an introduce a politician thing, it's the first time, and he's been on talk radio with me, I like to sit a while and say, well, who are you, and stuff like this. Okay,
Absolutely.
so
no, I appreciate that.
If you get elected to the Illinois 71st, you still going to charge me $300 to be an Iowan and come over to your state and carry a gun?
Well, that's also ridiculous. I mean, if everyone meets criteria in whatever their home state is, I don't understand why reciprocity couldn't apply. They're sort of passing this in Illinois, let's face it, with some regret, largely because of a big club called an appellate court decision.
Some regret.
So
that's why they were beating them from behind and chasing them with fire and sticks.
Well, exactly, and they're going to do everything to put whatever obstacle they can put in place, and that would just be one of them, obviously.
Well, once again, I'm boiling down a half-hour introduction to a political figure to like 10 minutes. We'll either do, I'm going on vacation next week. We can do like a week or two out. You can come back tomorrow afternoon. We can do this. Because I really want to know what you think about this, and not just this. My gosh. Concealed carry is a big deal in Illinois. The real big deal, you want to be in the Illinois legislature, you owe, before you take office, if you win this election, before you take office, Illinois is going to owe $10 billion cash that it doesn't have. Post-due bills.
Right.
What the heck are you going to do about it?
Well, any politician that I think would come in here and sort of give you a rote answer is probably lying to begin with, or at least highly misguided.
Well, so you're not a politician. You're a wannabe politician.
I'm a wannabe. That's right. There's no easy answers, but it has to start with, clearly it has to stop with putting a halt on spending new money. I mean, there simply is no money to spend, and I believe the budget that was finally passed this year was something like $1.2 billion higher than last year. So I might be wrong about that, but it was in that neighborhood. I don't know why it was 5 cents more than last year. If Illinois doesn't have the money, and everyone knows that's the case, we have to start with a zero growth budget, I think. Hopefully, with the anemic growth that there is in Illinois, at least that would be a start in paring that number down.
Would you like to make Illinois friendly to the manufacturers, particularly the gun manufacturers? You heard that another one of our manufacturers, Armalite, got bought out by a company in Arizona?
Yes.
Now
probably,
we're going to keep the job short for a little time at least.
Unfortunately, that's probably for a short time. You're right.
Well, this is the real life of the business community in Illinois.
Yes.
You guys have terrible business conditions. What would you do about it? You're going to be a state representative.
And here's the thing. It's not about being some, right-wing loony or some left-wing crazy person. The answers are so simple. It's common sense. You create a business-friendly environment. You have low taxes, low but reasonable regulations. There are plenty of states in the country that do it and are booming. Jobs are going there. They're hemorrhaging in Illinois. Why? Because exactly what you said. We have a very unfriendly business environment.
Well, we got a sales tax holiday many places. We don't have sales tax holidays in the state of Illinois, pretty much. Look, I got to go here. We've got Mike Huckabee next. Let me tell you, folks, you're going to hear Jeff McKinley again here on Talk Radio. This is entirely our doing here and internal communication that he didn't get in here at 5:10. So I will make it up to him at some point in the future, tomorrow or after I take a week off of vacation. We'll do this again. Jeff, thanks much for being patient and sticking around 15 minutes till you got on the air. I appreciate it. Now, Huckabee is next. Our temperature in the Quad Cities, 82 degrees. Drive carefully. See you tomorrow.